A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everyone. So in Quran we have three strokes which are known as Tanween. Okay, so we have Tanween of fatha, which looks like two strokes of fatha. Then we have Tanween of kasra, which looks like two strokes of kasra, and Tanween of dhamma. Again, it looks like two strokes of dhamma. Okay, so what do we do when we see these two strokes of fatha in the Holy Quran? Okay, so as I said earlier, it's one type of tanween and it's called fathatan specifically. Okay, that's the name for it. And the rule is that we have to make a nasal sound. Okay, so tanween just means making a nasal sound. Now here you can see we have a letter alif and it is carrying the tanween of fatha. So we have to make a nasal sound and we are going to make it for 2 seconds. So it is going to be an. Okay, so when I recite something, I would like the students to practice at home along with me. Okay, so this was the first type of tanween, which is fathatan or tanween of fatha. Okay, you can make the connection there. As you can see, it's fatha tan. Okay, so it is derived from the term fatha itself. Next, we are going to look at kasra tan, okay, or tanween of kasra. Again, the rule is the same. What do we do when we see this sign? We see a letter and it is carrying this sign. What do? We make a nasal sound. Okay, and we have to make it for 2 seconds or 2 counts. Okay, again, we have alif and it is carrying kasratan. So we have, how are we going to pronounce it? In. Okay, so that was the second tanween. The third and last one is tanween of dhamma, and it is known as dhammatan. Okay, again, you can see that it's derived from the term dhamma itself. Okay, so again, we have the sign of dhammatan or tanween of dhamma, which looks like 2 strokes of dhamma. Okay, we have alif, which is carrying this sign. So what do? We make a nasal sound. On. Okay, so remember the sound, the nasal sound, you have to hold it for 2 seconds. Okay, it can't be shorter than that and it shouldn't be longer than that either. So those were the 3 signs on which we have to make a nasal sound when we come across them in the Holy Quran. Okay, so remember there are 3 strokes. All of them are collectively known as tanween. The term tanween means to make a nasal sound. So whenever you see a tanween, you have to make a nasal sound. It is the next letter after the tanween that decides what nasal sound is made. Okay, so this is a rule which we follow, but this will be covered in the future lessons, inshallah, in more detail. Okay, for now, just remember that any letter that is carrying a tanween, you have to make a 2-second nasal sound on it. Okay, and lastly, any letter that carries the tanween is called a munawwan. Okay, so this is important. Later on, when you have quiz, there might be a question which will say, what is a munawwan? Okay, so remember, any letter that carries a tanween is known as munawwan.